Sulfur 9211 coming at you with another live duel. So I entered gold, obviously. I know I've been playing it for about 3 days. The fourth day I got it 4 days ago, but I started playing it 3 days ago. The reason why, because I went online and kind of cheated and saw how you can craft cards and whatnot. So I was building my deck the first day with the money that I started with. I just got a few cards, and then I did the solo mission. Then after that, I just started playing. Um, my highest win streak was like 8 in a row, something like that. And then I just climbed up like everybody else to the bronze, the silver, and then I went into the gold. And starting with gold, every turn you get at least 2 to 3 negations. Um, so you have to go past that. You have to go past 2 to 3 negations every turn. Um, I'm pretty sure that the platinum is gonna be probably like 4 negations. So if you can't even go through that many negations, you're probably not gonna survive uh, much. So here, let me lower it. So the hand that we got, um, I have a lot of cards that people hate. Like the veil, uh, the restage. People hate that card. People hate Dark Magician Girl. They say she doesn't do anything. Um, which it's not true. She does what she needs to do when you need her. So the hand's not a good hand. You don't even know what you're gonna draw into. You could draw into nothing. But we don't complain. We don't cry. We just get the job done. We get no matter what kind of hand we got. We just work with it. You gotta play everything right, from gold going all the way to platinum. Every card's gotta play right. One misplay and you lose. So I already know that, like I said, you're gonna be negated 2 to 3 times every single turn. Every turn you're gonna be negated 2 to 3 times. So you have to be able to return the fire. You have to go through 2 3 negations, and you have to return 2 3 negations to them. So Magician Souls, Dark Magician to the graveyard, special summon, he maxes. Excuse me. He draws a card, activate effect, discard, and then he hits me with the second negation. So um, the first one was obviously he hits you with max C. So no matter what you special summon, he's drawing cards. So my deck can do about 6 special summons in the first turn, even though it's a Dark Magician deck. And I don't play non-dark. Overall, I don't play non-dark magician cards. Like, I started playing Maxi recently, today, from tier. You don't need it, but once you reach tier, like gold tier and platinum, you do, because people, uh, if a dark magician is maxed out at 2 to 3 summons, and I can summon 6, what does that tell you about the other decks? The other decks can special summon up to like 26 times, and that's normal because I see it all the time. Um, I even uploaded some duels where someone special summoned 18 monsters in the first turn, so it'd be a bad idea not to put maxis. So I just brought one, and then I activated the effect, and it was negated. So uh, they did two moves on me during my turn, which is normal. That This is normal. So you know, what they don't realize is that every single card that I play is a bait card. If I play a card and you activate something against me, it was for nothing, because that card that card is gonna still do its job. So for instance, I special summoned, and then they max C, and they're thinking like, oh, he can't special summon after that. I don't need to. I'm just gonna set up my board with what I got. There's no crying, no complaining. You just gotta get the job done. So summon him, let him draw his card, and then he discarded it. So it's a 1 for 1, trash. And then I'll still resolve my card. Guess what? I was remember I was negated to draw. What happened? Why did I still draw a card? What happened? I thought he negated it. Why did I still draw a card? Every card I play is a bait card. Activate. Let's go. I drew two of the cards that were in there were actually cards I could draw. And obviously I decided an Eternal, because you know what's going to do with Salvation. Salvation Eternal. So I'm going to trigger it. And then set it. And forget it. And then remember they stopped us from drawing. And it didn't help them. I still drew anyways. And so I drew into it. Played it. So the card he played, he burned it. He burned the max C because he drew into the. I made him use 2 cards. I burned 2 of his cards and he did nothing to me. I still did everything I wanted to do. He drew into the ash and then I burned the ash. He thought he burned my Magician Souls. I still drew the card I wanted. And then after that, I played circle, then I drew into another card I wanted. Now, he played 2 interruptions, a max C, so I could stop summoning. Another one with the Ash Blossom. So here's the question, what about him? Everybody can give negations and interruptions. Here's a good question, how many interruptions and negations could he take? He sets, activates. You already know what's going to happen. Burn. 1 interruption, 1 negation. Plays a card. So the card allows them to activate effects depending on the sequence of the events that happen. So we're going to let it go because in order for him to activate, he's going to summon monsters. But guess what? We have the second interruption, second negate ready for him. As soon as the monster comes out, we're gonna banish it. So he doesn't get any monsters. He probably just got traps. So he did 2 on us, and we're gonna do 2 on him. See how he likes it. Boom. Eternal. Gotta pick the right card. I don't like the card that's in front of my Eternal. That's not a good sign. Why did he do that? So we're gonna banish it. And the card that we banished was Mystic. So he probably thinks that the Magician's right hand burns every spell. So that was a misplay on his part. He didn't read my right hand, but he thinks that all the spells that get played are gonna get burned. So yeah, he didn't trigger it. So I drew into Dark Magic Attack, play it off the bat. And let's take a look at what we just blew up. So we blew up a Witches. And the other card is an Equip spell. So there you go. Now, let's just say for a moment that he would have, um, as an example, let's just say he would have activated that mystic and he would have hit my eternal soul. I would have just special summoned with Veil, and I would have just special summoned with Veil, Dark Magician again, just to keep the anti spell on the field. Or what I could do, I could special summon Magician Souls in defense, um, and then after that I could have used the effect, and then I could have sent the Veil and the right hand to the graveyard to draw 2 cards, see what I would have drawn from it, and if I drew a Soul Servant, I would have normal Dark Magician Girl, activated Soul Servant, restack Eternal, and put it back up, and set up a board with 2 negations or 3. Again, all over again, the whole thing all over again. If I could, like, if I would have drawn and I would have drawn into another special summon or a normal summon, um, I would have normal the special to have 2 monsters, and I can go into Crawley and draw 2 more cards, so a total of 4 cards. Even though Eternal got blown up, I just replay everything, and that's the way my deck is built. My deck is built so no matter what you do, everything's a bait. So if you try to stop it, I'll do it anyways. So essentially, I'm just burning all your cards, and there you go for the win. Dark Magic Attack, you saw it there. That's what I played. And he tried to activate his spell. Look at it. I blew it up and it activated in the graveyard. And it says once per turn during the end phase, you can set the crystal with different names. Oh, okay, let's read it from the top. It says, once per turn, you can target one other card you control and send that card to the graveyard. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to your spell card's activation for the rest of the turn. Even if this card leaves the field, you can only gain the previous effect once per turn. Once per turn, during the end phase, you can set Skysticker spells with different names from your graveyard up to the number of Skysticker spell cards you activated this turn while this card was face up on the field, or banish them when they leave the field, right? So he's chaining, negating stuff, drawing cards, setting all kinds of stuff, and then I'm returning him the favor. I'm negating him twice per turn. He played a card, I burned it. He set some cards face down, I banished, and then during his turn, during my turn, I played Dark Magic Attack, blow up his whole card. He tries to chain the spell card. Boom! It gets burned. It gets burned, baby. There you go, Dark Magic Attack.